Once upon a book, found the magic key. The stories came to life for everyone to see. Stories for you and me.
Welcome to another episode of the Once Upon a Book Storytelling Showcase. My name's Harry.
And my name is Darren. Today we're going to be looking at the book Tiddler by Julia Donaldson.
What are you drawing there, Darren?
I'm drawing some characters from an awesome book that I read recently.
Oh, and who's that little guy?
That's Tiddler. He tells the most amazing stories, but sometimes they get him into a lot of trouble.
This is the book?
That's it.
Looks interesting. And what's the message of the book?
To me, the story is about the power of creativity, imagination, and the joy of sharing our stories with others.
Yeah, I love how stories can bring people together. They encourage unity, which means sticking together. I have an idea. How about I read the story and you can draw some pictures as we go along?
Sure, why not?
Once upon a time, in the deep blue sea, there lived a little fish with a big imagination. His name was Tiddler. Every morning, Tiddler was late for school.
Sorry I'm late. I was riding on a seahorse.
His teacher said, "Tiddler, please don't dawdle. You must be on time." But the next day, Tiddler was late again.
Sorry I'm late. I was flying on a ray.
"Tiddler, this is a school, not a circus. Please be punctual." The other fish started to notice Tiddler's tall tails. There goes Tiddler, the storytelling fish, with his silly stories. But Tiddler just smiled and swam away. One day, Tiddler was more than just late for school. He didn't come to school at all. He had been caught in a fishing net and found himself far from home. He swam around the net, scared, until he heard something familiar.
I heard a fish rode a giant seahorse all the way to school.
Tiddler realized that the other fish were telling his stories. As he followed the trail of tales around the net, he met creatures who'd heard of his adventures.
I'm Tiddler. I'm the storytelling fish.
Oh, here comes a crab.
Tiddler, the storytelling fish, your stories have traveled far and wide.
The crab cut the net and Tiddler swam free. Thanks to his stories, he found his way back to his school. "Tiddler, where have you been?"
I was captured by a fisherman, caught inside a net, and rescued by a crab. He had heard all about my amazing stories.
"Another tall tale, Tiddler." But this time, Tiddler's story was true.
And from that day on, Tiddler was never late again.
But he still told his stories, and they travelled far across the ocean. Wow, that was great. I really love how Tiddler's stories spread across the ocean. He was really creative.
That's right. Telling stories can be a powerful way to bring people together. The stories we share remind us of what we have in common.
We used some simple images and illustrations to help us with our story. This technique can help the audience visualize the characters, setting, or plot of the story.
There are lots of ways to use pictures in your storytelling. You can try drawing, finding pictures on the internet, or you could use digital tools to generate some unique images.
Remember, your pictures don't need to be perfect to work well with your performance. Even a stickman drawing or a dash of colour can go a long way.
We added a 3D element to our story by using a real object and some paper cutouts. The objects you use in your story are called props. You can get really creative with your props.
I love how our images really brought the story to life. Do you think I could have a go?
Sure.
How's that?
Keep trying.
Don't worry, one day I'll get there. We really hope that our storytelling showcase encourages you to go and read Tiddler.
Or any other books you like.